Good morning, guys. So today I'm discussing about ingestible robot. Have you heard about this ingestible robot? Actually, when we hear the term robot, it comes to our mind about giant robots or a humanoid robot. But these robots are very tiny or small robots that we can't guess, but it's real. So let's see what is ingestible robot or who invented this ingestible robot and who demonstrated this idea. Researchers at MIT, the University of Sheffield and the Tokyo Institute of Technology have demonstrated the idea of origami robots in experiment involving a simulation of human esophagus. So, researchers at MIT, the University of Sheffield and Tokyo Institute of Technology have demonstrated or bring this idea about this ingestible robot, and they also use in its experiment they also use a simulation of human esophagus, a simulation of human body parts. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that these ingestible robots, also referred as origami robots, or also known as origami robots. In 2016, Professor Daniela Russ and a team of researchers created an ingestible robot that could be controlled magnetically outside of a patient. So, first, this robot, ingestible robot, invented or created by Professor Daniela Russ and her team in 2016. And this ingestible robot could be controlled magnetically outside of a patient. So it's work with the support of external magnetic field. Let's see what's the point about these interesting points about this ingestible robot. Robots that are small enough to be put in pills. So we can place this robot. So it's very small as it's enough to be put or placed in the capsules or pills. And for currently in development at MIT, so further studies and development is going on MIT about this robots are going on at MIT, also known as origami robot. As I told you earlier that these robots also known as origami robots, they are folded up and put in the dissolvable capsule. So we can fold. These robots are made up of polythene sheets. It's another point I didn't mention this point in this PPT. So we can these robots are made up of polythene sheets. So we can fold it up this robot into many folds and place these robots, this sheet, in a dissolvable capsule. So you're wondering why they are using dissolvable capsule. Actually, these robots are edible. So for make it edible, that's why we are placing these ingestible folded robot into capsules, placed in a capsule, and that should be dissolvable, because when they reach in the desired place inside the body, where there is wound inside the body or where the small particles that have to be removed, when they reach the desired place, the outer layer or the dissolvable capsule where this ingestible robot we placed will be dissolved, and the ingestible robot inside this capsule will get started to work. This is how it's work, and they are steered by external magnetic field. So the movement of this ingestible robot are steered or controlled by a magnetic field from outside the body of the patient, or outside the body of outside the human body. So it's steered by an external magnetic field. This is a picture of this origami robot or ingestible robot, and in the first picture we can see the dissolvable capsule that they use to place this ingestible robot, and we can see this ingestible robot have folded up, and we can have further folds more, and we can see inside this ingestible robot we can say tiny magnetic material and a chip we coat this for how it's work. And we can see the magnet, tiny magnet, to control its movement by using an external magnetic field. And this is we can see from its look itself, we can say that it's made up of a polythene sheet. And after inventing the first ingestible robot, the researchers experimented this robot inside a body of the pig. So first created ingestible robot was experimented inside a body of pig. And these are the applications of ingestible robot. First application, these robots can be used to remove small objects or small particles from stomach and esophagus, as well as patch wounds and give medicine. So this ingestible robot, the main application of this robot is to remove small particles or small objects that that found in our stomach or esophagus or walls of our internal organs, as well as patch wounds in our tissues or cells inside the body, and give the appropriate medicine for the particular wounds or particular diseases that we found. They are not tether, so it's easier for them to move through the body, perform instant operations using micro scissors. It can predict upcoming diseases. This is also another benefit of ingestible robot. It can predict or analyze or diagnose the future diseases inside our body by from the symptoms present in our body. So it can predict the diseases, future diseases, from the symptoms that present inside our body. Every year, 3,500 cell button batteries are reported in US alone. Ouch. Look at this situation. In US alone, every year 3,500 people sell out button batteries. You know what is button batteries? Small tiny batteries. So button batteries, tiny batteries are digested normally, but if they come into prolonged contact with the tissue of the esophagus or stomach, the batteries can burn the tissue and become embedded. So these tiny batteries are digested normally in our body, but if they come into a prolonged contact without any digestion occurring, and if they come into prolonged contact with our cells or tissues or walls of the esophagus or stomach or internal organs, the batteries can burn the tissue and or destroy this tissue and become embedded and cause very severe problems or pain in our internal organs. Will suffer many problems. So but the remedy for this situation is we can use the robot batteries. We mentioned our ingestible robot now, so we can use the ingestible robot or origami robots to remove these batteries or small particles without any surgery. So we can cure these wounds, or we can remove these particles, or we can apply the particular medicine. If they destroy the tissue, we can apply this particular medicine by using our ingestible robot without any external surgery or without any other medicines. So here the it comes to end. Thank you guys, and if you have any doubts about ingestible robot, you can mention your doubts in the comment box. Thank you all.